Hello, everybody. It's Stone of Triumph, and with me is some other guy.
Who am I?
Doesn't matter. It's my turn now.
Is it ever? So we're going over your video, basically.
Yes, my so-called ship designs come first. Okay, now where are those things? Oh yeah, here's my cheap dreadnought.
I noticed you labeled it shoot.
That's because it has one particle accelerator, some pulse lasers, and everything else is missiles and armor.
Uh-huh.
2 repair systems, because that's how I roll, and I left a module empty to increase its resistance modifier.
I thought that didn't work in Gratuitous Space Battles too.
Well, I think it works, so it works.
Okay then. So what makes this dirt cheap?
All of the missiles.
Ah.
They are by far the cheapest weapon type. Plus, no shields and no expensive power generators.
Mm-hmm.
Slow as hell, though. But that's okay, because missiles. The ship I'll be using... The main battleship I will be using in the second battle will be displayed later. Right now I'm looking for my destroyer.
I noticed that you had one called Cheaps. Hi, Arm.
Yes. Okay, this is my anti-fighter destroyer. Anti-fighter missile, 2 flak cannons, all armor, and a return to sender thingamajigger.
Okay. Just because.
Just because.
So you don't have a dedicated anti-missile thing, huh?
Hey, return to sender is great.
Okay, you just need one?
Yeah, in the second map I exchanged the anti-fighter missile for a plasma cannon, just to see what happened.
Okay. That seems to be in the spirit of this game, so I approve.
Hey, I wanted to try something new. Can't be super optimized all the time.
So do you use any other cheap dreadnought design, or is it just shoot?
Just that one.
Oh, change it. Yeah.
Okay, and this is the cheap cruiser I'll be using for the second battle.
Okay.
It has a small power plant, 1 pulse laser, 2 torpedoes, ECM, and a repair system.
And you're only using this kind of cruiser?
Yes.
Alright then.
Don't worry, it's plenty.
Yeah, I noticed it does have some of everything.
Some of everything I need. So, what do you think?
I want to see how this goes. I'll reserve my opinion for that.
Oh, really? No preliminaries?
Nope, not really.
Oh, alright then.
I will say that the heavy missiles probably make sense because, as we've talked about many times before, these were designed in a pre-armor environment.
So, let's get into this battle of Majig.
The battle Macaulay.
Okay, this is the right one? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's check out what the... No, wait, that's the wrong one. Here we go. Tractor beams inoperable. This is my battle plan. 6 dreadnoughts and a whole bunch of anti-fighter destroyers.
No, right, okay. You don't need support destroyers with no shields.
Correct. Plus, as you'll see from the honor, this will be my score configuration.
Yeah.
The enemy has radiation guns around here, or radiation something or other. Oh yeah, they have radiation missiles, which actually works in my favor.
Oh, they're gonna get armor too thick? Or what?
I have returned to sender.
Oh yeah, that.
That's how I got the radiation damage achievement in this game.
Yeah, I do remember you mentioning that. So, you're pretty much... With that speed, you're going to wait for them to come to you, is that right?
I have no choice. And here they all come.
Well, I wouldn't say all, but the fighters anyway.
Hey, I'm confident in my strategy.
Yeah. The game says that dreadnoughts are bad at repelling fighters, but I can't think of a fighter that can get through dreadnought armor.
Well, they could do it with lucky shots, but dreadnoughts don't have any anti-fighter weapons available to them.
Yeah, I think that if there's any kind of anti-fighter defense, such as what you've provided, there's not really a problem. If you're defending dreadnoughts, I mean.
Yeah, if they're going straight for the destroyers, well, there might be problems.
Yeah. That reminds me of a certain wing commander level.
Oh, yeah. So I have it sped up a bit because, well, no one wants to wait.
I would have liked to wait, but I'm weird.
Okay, my destroyers are taking a pounding, but that's okay. All I need them to do is enough.
Just get rid of the fighters, mostly.
Yeah.
And, yeah, don't send the frigates in alone.
Well, that's their problem, not mine.
I have enough trouble keeping them alive even when they're escorting something.
Uh-huh. Well, they're all dealt with. I don't have to worry about them anymore. Not that I had to in the first place.
Yeah, this isn't one of those ridiculous lines of frigates missions.
Uh-huh. Let's see. Yeah, the thing about multi-warhead missiles is that they actually have a decent enough tracking speed to deal with frigates. Oh, hey, cruiser, you're in firing range. That's a bad place to be.
Yeah, leastways alone.
Mm-hmm. Still, though, I was confident in my strategy for this one.
Because it's worked for you a lot before?
Well, yeah. Yeah, the thing is, this really plays to the weakness of the challenge of the in-game challenge map designs.
Looks like you lost armor on one of them.
That's okay. I've got more. That was the whole point of the plan. Yeah, the reason it plays to the weaknesses is that enemies, even ones that do have a high armor defense threshold, tend to only be able to take one hit from a decently heavy weapon before the armor breaks and everything else can get through.
Yeah, I've heard
there
of
goes
that.
another one of mine.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I've heard of that described as one of the problems with the failure cascade method of armor.
Yeah, there have been quite a few complaints about that, like how being shot in the front with a beam makes it vulnerable to fighters attacking from the back, but I think this game has enough on its plate mathematically to
Yeah, I'm willing to accept a certain level of abstraction, and I don't recall anyone complaining about that in Gratuitous Space Battles 1, which works the same way.
Well, the thing is, in Gratuitous Space Battles 2, weapons are a lot higher damage for the most part.
Okay, that I can believe.
Yeah, ships are basically a fair bit less durable once things go south.
Yeah. I guess they did that to make sure that things like dreadnoughts were killable.
In a reasonable amount of time, anyway.
Yes. So, what would you say makes this setup broken scoring-wise?
The fact that I have a whole lot of durability on hand and the weapons to take advantage of it.
Okay, then.
Plus, cheap is still relative. They still cost like $5,300. And hey, it turns out that I never actually played this for score before.
Oh, well. First time for everything, huh?
Hey, no enemy survives contact with my plan.
Wow. That's a pretty badass statement. I like that.
Well, don't get too enthusiastic about it.
Why?
I'm very creative with being uncreative.
You didn't have to say that. Whatever.
Yeah, I guess I didn't. But I did.
So
Okay,
let's
next
move
battle.
on. So, would you say that your dreadnought strategy has a counter?
Yes.
Okay.
Which the AI rarely uses.
Are you
'Cause
talking about ECM?
there is that, plus the AI on that map doesn't use the really heavy weapons that could break the armor threshold, like particle accelerators.
Now this must have been a challenge for you.
Oh yeah. But still, I decided to scale down the cheap strategy just to see if it would work.
Okay.
But I decided to go all the way up to a opulent 50% of the map cost.
That's a difference in style, alright.
You bet it is.
So, these are cruisers with no shields, armor, and that shooty, well, all-in-one thing. Some of everything.
Yeah. Goodbye, Steam Overlay, nobody likes you. I'm leaving this at normal speed because otherwise the battle would be over too quickly, I think.
Oh, well, that's some confidence. Unless, of course, you record yourself getting blown up.
I would never do such a thing. Okay, the fighters here are actually a bit more of a challenge because I believe this is a Utah map.
I believe the last one was Utah as well.
No, the last one was Kraugerisk.
Oh, right, okay. But yes, this is a Utah map, and they do use Utah engines, so...
Yep.
They will be tougher to hit, yes.
But not tough enough.
Yep, that's because tractor beams are allowed on this map. You didn't use tractor beams, did you?
Nope. You can use all the tractor beams you want. There is a map that I haven't quite solved yet that may require me to use tractor beams, but it's not this one. Because while the Utah fighters are fast in this map, they don't actually carry that many heavy weapons to threaten me. As you can see, my destroyers are actually holding up much better than they were in the previous map.
Yeah, that is a little odd. It's especially odd to see an armor too thick message on a destroyer.
Well, that's because they're hitting them largely with dogfight missiles and pulse lasers. Plus, you know, I don't use shields on my destroyers.
Yeah.
So the frigates... Yeah, the single pulse cannon, though, is actually just to deal with the frigates.
Tell me about, has there ever been a map which has forced you to use shields?
Trying to remember.
I see. Maybe an online map.
Yeah, maybe. But the thing is, these ships are definitely beatable, I think even with cruiser weapons.
Well, I hope so. You can't use dreadnoughts.
It's just that this fleet isn't configured to do it. Yeah, the thing about missiles is that even the heaviest missiles, torpedoes, only have an armor penetration of 19, and these have an armor resistance of 27.
Yeah, that's getting close to dreadnought armor.
Actually, these ships have a higher armor resistance than my dreadnoughts. It's just that they have like 1/3 of the total armor, so it's easier to burn them down once you actually get some lucky shots in. So things are going well for me. I don't remember what I actually did when I did a score run on this level, because these are not the ships I used.
Oh, okay. You didn't even look through your old ship designs?
Nope.
Could not be bothered for this series.
No, I just built an entirely new ship that I thought would work.
You had to go all the way to 50%. I say it's a failure.
Well, actually, this isn't... Well, actually, I did an expert run shortly after this video and cut down the number of ships I used and got a new high score for myself for this level.
So this strategy does work. You were just overkilling it a bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah, the difference between this battle and the high score and the score attempt I did later is only like 7,000 credits.
So did you enjoy getting back into this game?
Yeah. I never really stopped playing it.
I call shenanigans. You played Undertale pretty heavily for a while.
Well, Undertale was only an 8-hour game.
I bet you played it twice, though.
I didn't need to because I did pacifist the first time through, thank you.
Yeah, you're not a murderer like I was. That poor Frogget.
Well, you're learning from your failures.
Yes.
But as for the battle, it looks like it's pretty much over.
It does, really.
Yeah, see, this one was 6 minutes at 1.0 speed, and the previous one was 6 minutes at 1.4. Oh, I lost a ship. Too bad. Still, though, it was fun at least trying to experiment, even though most of my designs do look the same.
Mm-hmm.
This one was just 1,000 credits cheaper than my usual cruiser design.
And there you go.
You bet it. And it's gone.
It's gone, alright.
So,
Well, thanks for taking the time to make these videos. I wanted to see things from your perspective.
no problem.
Well, also thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
See ya. Goodbye.